everyone. So this is Couples Corner Heartbeat. We are live for real relevant topics with our couples this evening on Saturday. Slightly late, but nevertheless we're here. So I'm Tamara Mitchell Davis, the CEO wife, and
JD Enterprise, husband.
Hi, I'm Joyce Heaven. This is my husband, Dwight Heaven. We have Heaven's Joy Meal Prep, and you can find us on Facebook under Heaven's Joy Meal Prep. And we do meal prep for the week. We do dinner prep for the week. We have specials, and we also do party-sized platters, dinners, stuff like that.
you could talk. Hi.
You told me I couldn't have a
No.
introduction. I'm LaShonda Williams. I'm the CEO of YEDS, which stands for Young, Educated, Determined to Succeed. It's a nonprofit located in East Hartford, and we offer programs to youth ages 6 to 18. And I'm here today with my husband, who's a man who have a long introduction.
I got to project our voices, right?
You finished?
I'm finished.
Okay, good. I told y'all, I gotta treat her like a funeral, like 2 minute responses. It'll be all day, but anyway, good evening. I'm Ira Williams, Mr. I'm also Fat Williams. I'm a comedian in the city of Hartford. I'm blowing up, yeah. And I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Cut! You cut!
Oh, okay, and I'm glad to be here tonight. Thank you.
Don't you have a show coming up?
Oh, I do.
Like next Friday?
Oh, yep, I do. Yes, I have a show. This actually today is Saturday. Is today Saturday?
Yes.
Yes, today is Saturday. My show is this Friday coming, the 26th at the Machinist Hall in East Hartford. I do have tickets. Speaking for the people here tonight, they're $10, and it comes with food and a good show. And I hope to see some of you guys there. Cash App Fat Williams. Yep, you can do that too. So,
What time the show starts?
it starts at 8:30. 8:30.
Hi everybody, my name is Lady Carrie Mccrorey, and I'm the Executive Director of JADA Foundation, which stands for Juvenile and Adult Diabetes Health Awareness and Family Ministries. I'm also the State Rep for the Connecticut American Double Dutch League. I'm also the First Lady, co-pastor of Greater Joy Mission Church of Deliverance, who my husband is the senior pastor, right there, the senior pastor of the church, excuse me. And I do a lot of stuff. I'm out in the community, and I know that there's things that I'm forgetting, but I'm also running a pilot program, a 3-week pilot program. I teach Double Dutch, and I have 2 of my coaches that's running the pilot program. We have 2 weeks left. The end of the program is August 2nd. And you can contact me via Facebook, Carrie Tremere Mccrorey, to find out more details and to also find out a little bit more about me.
I'm Reverend Darryl McCoy, Senior Pastor of Greater Joy Mission Church.
Yeah.
I'm Reverend Darryl McCoy, Senior Pastor of Greater Joy Mission Church, creative writer of 4 of my plays at Wadsworth Athenaeum, downtown Hartford. And I'm just kind of glad to be collaborating with other artists.
And the play was called Everything I Miss at Home. And Everything I Miss at Home was a play that he directed, produced, and wrote the play. And it's based on relationships.
It's available on DVD.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll begin with the questionnaire. We'll go around the room this way. Okay? So the first question is, should your spouse have say over what you wear to bed or anywhere?
Has he? Yes. Yes.
Why?
I mean, yeah, because as being my husband, he knows what he would like to see me in, and even though sometimes I don't like, some of the things that he want me to wear, but he's open to make a suggestion. But do I have to agree with it? No.
Should I answer that?
Should we do our wives first?
And then go back.
Could you repeat the question, please?
Should your spouse have say over what you wear to bed or anywhere?
I think you should know what I like.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
That was a good answer.
Period.
That was safe.
Say.
Period. Okay. Mrs. Williams?
They might say, keep it.
Should you have say over what I wear to bed or anywhere? I mean, 9 times out of 10, I'll ask him his opinion, like how this look, this Mccrorey. And he always say yeah, and I'll be like, yeah, no. Sometimes, because it won't look right to me. But to bed, he go to sleep before I do, so it don't even matter. He a truck driver. He get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
So all that junk you be talking on Facebook.
Okay, it's my turn. Should I have say over what she wears to bed? You said.
Should she have say over what you wear?
Should
No.
she have say
Over what you wear?
Should she have say over what I wear to bed?
Or anywhere.
Hold
Just
up.
out in the public.
That was the question. I thought was should I have say over how she wears?
Yeah, but yes, the same question, but you're answering.
Oh, I'm answering for. It's no fun to answer it that way. Should she have say over what I wear to bed or anywhere else? No, I don't think so. Not really.
Should you have say so over what she wears?
To bed, yes.
So should she have say over what you wear to bed?
To bed? I mean.
Or anywhere.
Anywhere.
Or you know what? Anywhere, okay. Outside of yes, if it's something that I shouldn't be. I'm a bigger guy. I'm not going outside all inappropriate. I'm not gonna embarrass myself going outside like I'm all buff and stuff. Like I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, she should have. Her opinion matters on what I have on or whatever. Bedtime. Like she said, I'm asleep half the time. So who really cares? But, you know, me personally, she comes to bed fine, whatever. Just the headscarves I could do without.
I do not like those.
The headscarf,
No?
no, not
Yeah.
bonnets,
Bonnet.
nothing.
Oh, I
I don't mind the ghetto chick rap. That's cute. I like the round the waist girl, but don't come looking like my mother. No.
Yeah, for real.
You definitely don't come look like my grandmother.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, come
Or
to
patient or something.
I'm gonna
like that,
face
no.
you. Okay, Mrs. Davis.
You gotta answer first, Hannah.
Oh,
Yep.
should I have a say? So I think I should have a say over what he would wear. The question is, do he listen to what I have to say? No. So he doesn't listen. Something he may have on, I don't care. I'm like, that color. But we got Mr. GQ right here who just know that he's the fashion. I don't want to say fashionette or whatever you want to call it.
What is that?
But he could tell me.
I think though.
See what I'm saying? He could tell me, like, if any of us are getting dressed to leave the house, he'll act like if he's at the sink doing dishes or whatever, he act like he not paying attention and be like,
Yeah, you check it out.
all of us.
And all of y'all come to me and say, Joe,
this
does that look right?
So he just feel like that he got the clearance.
Yeah.
That even if we're dressed and feel like, oh, this good, he'll say, don't wear them shoes. Or change this. Or Michaela, if she coming down going to school, he like, change them shoes. Like, but we can't say nothing about what he's doing. Yeah. He's like, no, I got this.
Now me.
Should she have say over what you wear?
She does, and I listen, but sometimes I don't, because you know we come from 2 different schools.
What they got to do with it?
No, I'm just saying, you know.
Color is color.
No, it ain't color is color. You know, like you would think that what I have on don't look right, and I know it look right. You see what I'm saying? But sometimes I do listen to you, but I'm just saying, like.
Will you change if she don't like
Yes,
it?
I do.
No.
Yes, I do.
Never.
Yes, I did.
Never.
Oh.
Never.
Yes, I do. Yes, I
He
did.
said yes, I do.
It's not a song.
Never. Ever. Has he listened to me?
Oh, wow.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Now, me with her going to bed, and you know, I have opinions, and you know, I'm not gonna let my wife go out looking any kind of way, and she'll just, you know, like she's a plain Jane, and she just will just, you know, and don't care. You know what I mean? I'm just going to get it, and you know what I mean? You going to get it, but you about it now. So I just let her, you know.
Okay.
I make sure.
She said strictly.
He makes sure you straight. Tim.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
Mr.
and I
Seven.
forgot.
Okay.
Going to bed, and when she wears to bed, she don't wear none of it.
All right.
Alrighty.
So, you know, I
See,
don't
that's
have no preference. She's comfortable. She
Okay.
like to get comfortable in bed, so
Wow. Good
Winter,
thing we're all
summer.
good friends here.
Yeah, let's
Let
keep
it
it right
keep
there.
it
Move right along.
So now the
Right
question
along.
is, which shoes do you pick out?
Over bed.
Yeah.
Funny. Should I have a say over what he wears? Is that how we're answering it?
Should he have a say about what you wear?
Okay, so as far as going to bed, we have a difference of opinion about that. I've always felt that bedtime is when you put on pajamas, and pajamas are for bedtime, and you wear pajamas to go to bed.
Says the person that watches Jefferson's.
And excuse me, it's my turn. It's my turn. And he was obviously had a different outlook on bedtime because he feels like bedtime is the time where you take everything off. So we're just totally different on that. Sometimes, yes, he doesn't have to say it anymore because he said it too many times. Too many times. Oh, that's what you're putting all that on to go to bed? Oh, really? You wearing all that to bed? So I know. So sometimes I'll, conform to make him come. I'm not going to bed with nothing on, but I'll be less. I'll go with less because I'm not comfortable. What if it's a fire or something? I mean, anything can happen. Yes, that's what the AC is for. I'll be cool. If I got sweatpants and t-shirt, I'm cool. But
Let's go to bed.
it's not your turn yet.
You're right.
No.
She trying hard not to let you win.
Yo, dude, you see it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have nothing to say.
So, okay.
Little bell.
Okay, so I don't think I conform occasionally, but I'm not comfortable going to bed the way he would like me to go to bed, but I will conform occasionally.
You done?
Yes.
You sure? You're not gonna pinch me now if I start talking, right? My wife goes to bed like she about to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to pick somebody up from the airport. Like she gotta be prepared. Pastor T.C. Brentley, layers. She act like we don't have a roof on our house. She has to dress in clothes. And her way of conforming is maybe instead of wearing sweatpants, she'll put on shorts and a sweatshirt.
It's less clothes.
No, listen, we are open now. We always say open.
That's been ever since y'all been dating?
Huh?
That's been ever since y'all been dating?
Oh, if I could get the relationship.
No, I'm saying when that's the thing I said. When y'all was dating, did she go to bed with a hat on her head too? What hat?
No, sweatpants.
Was sweatpants?
When we were
I
dating,
still
we
wore
went to-
pajamas. Yeah.
No, she didn't. We went to bed with what was left after the night.
Well, gosh. Right.
Whatever. I'm saying it straight out. It is
Right.
what it is. Or
So what would you like?
See, it's hard because sometimes when I say, babe, I don't want to say like I want you to dress more sexy like my wife isn't sexy. She's sexy regardless. But yes, I wouldn't want to see Nike sweatpants and one of my
Bob Marley
Bob Marley t-shirts. Wear the Bob Marley t-shirt by itself. I'm good. Cause she know me. I look like this, but when I get in the bedroom, when I get in the bed, it's like I'm sleeping comfortable. That's just me.
You ain't worried about the fire.
But the thing is,
It's a fire, right?
right, I ain't gonna if it's a fire, they gonna understand why I'm outside
Right.
just boxing shit.
Yeah.
But the flip side of it, it's like, like you said, you wake up early in the morning, truck driver, or just in general, working hard hours. My time, and we got 1,000 kids.
Right.
My time with my wife is in my bed.
That's right.
That's when I have her next to me. That's when I have her keep me warm. That's when I have her. You can't be getting together if y'all both.
If you got peel off later.
What?
Can I say something to that? And which is true. Because we had the same thing just recently. We just came back from vacation, and I wasn't even really thinking, and because we all, like you said, you got 1,001 kids, and our kids are always around. So when the kids is around, you can't do certain things.
Yeah.
You can't dress the way sexy for your husband because you got the kids and stuff. And I kind of like understand what you know, Brother Dwight is saying, because my husband did, you know, check me on that. But I wasn't thinking, I wasn't conscious about it, because when I packed, and this is the time that I should have been putting my sexy lingerie on for my husband and stuff like that. But, you know, I did bring something cute though. I didn't bring no sweatpants or anything like that. But I brought like little booty shorts and tank tops, you know, stuff that said little cute little thing, you know, on it. But you still was able to see, you know, stuff. But what he was saying, that being that we had the opportunity to be able for me to dress sexy and to get downright and raunchy for my husband. Okay. And that was an opportunity, and I was so caught up in, you know, in always being caught up, that I forgot to put, you know, lace and all that. I had some, you know, nice little undergarments and bras and stuff like that, but as far as the lingerie, you know, different.
Now, can I respond to that? That's why I have told her, don't be my wife, be my girlfriend.
Be my girlfriend.
Ooh, okay.
Use my girlfriend. Use my point.
But then the flip side, like I said, this really is my question. Like, that's why I like to say this, because I can like tell the future sometimes when we go to bed at night. And I can say, I can tell the future is I can look. I'll be in the bed. I'll be looking at her when she getting dressed on the bed. I'm looking at her. Okay, okay. I'm like, okay. She got this T-shirt on. I'm like, yeah, okay. Then all of a sudden the sweatpants, the socks come on. I'm like, fuck, you go to bed. It's a wrap.
No, I dig it. It's a certain level of excitement that you get when you just see the T-shirt.
Yeah, but not even that. I get excited, but I'm in the bed first. As long as I don't fall asleep first. And granted, yes, I admit, I be tired. I wake up. As a truck driver or going to work. Period. 3 o'clock in the morning. I be tired. Once I hit the bed, I'm done. But if I can stay awake and look at her, it's exciting to see my wife come in the bedroom and get ready for bed because she's about to lay next to me.
Yeah.
But then when she got everything on, I just turn over back to back like, all right, good night.
Too much work.
It's like, forget it now. Yeah. It ain't even. It's not about I'm always just trying to get it, but I'm always trying to get it. It's my wife.
Exactly.
I agree. Totally agree.
So we had a little, it wasn't this is, because Joe already put it out there, how I, whatever.
Yes, he did put it out
So
there.
he did put it out there, so I'm just going to roll with that. How I go to bed? That's not a problem. Right, no, what I'm alluding to is what you had brought me, and it had sat in the pack for a while, so he was looking for something, and he's like, remember this, right? What happened? And I was like, I forgot. And I took it and put it somewhere else. So you give me little hats too, because he want to see something else too. But yeah, he was like, remember this? Like a few months ago.
I did give you a Victoria's Secret charge card.
Yeah, that's what my husband tell me. You know, you got a Victoria's Secret charge card. I mean, you can just go in, you know. But and us busy women, busy wives, you know, we just get so caught up in every, you know, everything else, and we can't forget. You know, most importantly, we can't forget, because guess what? There are a lot, I'm just going to say it, there are women out there that sexy, they dress sexy, and there are women that are attracted to married men, and don't have a problem with, you know, so we have to...
knowing your wife is at home, and don't got lazy.
Right. And, and that's the truth, and we don't want that to happen. So that's the reason why, you know, we try to communicate, and I try to listen, you know, to my husband. And that's the reason why when I hear people say that they got 25 years, they got 30 years, I ask them how you do it.
Yes.
Because I know that it's not easy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, sometimes I wonder, okay, the longer you married, you know, does that sex drive die down? Or, I mean, how do you continue for all those years? I mean, are you just married? Are you just saying, yeah, we got 35 years? years, but y'all ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing. You ain't traveling no more. You ain't, you know, we got 30 years, but you know.
I want to piggyback off something he said about you being his girlfriend. That makes so much sense because I had said to her once before, like, you know, it was a lot more fun when we was dating. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say that to like belittle her or to belittle our relationship, but it was just different.
It was different.
When we was dating, because it used to be like, you,
wow.
like, you know, like,
wow.
And you know, you don't ever want that fire to leave you, you know, because right now I've grown into my marriage to the point where like, okay, this is what I'm in. You see what I'm saying? But I don't want to be one of those people that, because I see people all the time. I don't care how long you've been married. Are you happy?
Exactly.
I don't care about that.
Exactly.
I don't care about you been together 40. I don't care about that. I don't want to be the type of husband that get off work and got to hesitate. Do I really want to go home to my wife? Or do I want to go to this bar, this new house? I got off at 2 o'clock, but I ain't coming home till 8:30, 9 o'clock. I don't want to end up like that. So that's what he says. It makes a lot of sense, and you know, we talk a lot about it now, and that's why it's good to stuff like this to hear other people, because you know it's important to like keep the
Spark.
Yeah, the spark. Like you still, like he said, you're still my girlfriend. We're still dating. Like, you know, let's.
We've been going on dates recently.
We have. That's why I just said it. It made me think about it. But I mean, you can't. You know.
And role play.
Yeah, all that. I mean, did I say that too aggressive? No, because it was the time we did stuff like that, right? But like, you know, that's why at the beginning when y'all looked at your credentials, I'm like, oh boy, because she got so much stuff going on. It's like half the time, like, you know, like you don't even see it. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one here like that. You get like, you just every time you turn around, it's like, oh, I gotta do this, oh, I gotta do that, but. I mean, schedules get hectic, but...
Could you say that again, please? Because he must think that it's just me that be acting like I'm busy. That it's a lot going on and you got...
I'm not saying that you...
And we always be like, oh, you got...
build a legacy.
Right, thanks, say that.
No.
Thank you,
I'm all for you building the legacy. Don't get me wrong. I
just don't forget about me. Just don't forget about me. I support her the whole ride. The whole ride.
Right.
Just don't forget about me.
I mean,
now when you find time, I'm probably tired.
I'm tired.
And then you get an attitude because I'm tired. But I support my wife thoroughly.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, that's our next question then.
We're gonna get into the next question.
What's the next question?
Okay. So
Why does it start over here?
we can start this way. Okay. We can start this way.
Are you
So.
go ahead. Are you obligated to get it on because your spouse wants to?
Wait, say that again?
Are you obligated to get it on because your spouse wants to?
I'm gonna let you start that one.
I'm sure you are. I don't like the term obligated, but yes, because I feel
Every
like
time he wants to.
Go ahead. Answer that real good.
could you let me have my time?
Go ahead, my sister.
Oh gee, yes.
Why?
Did you say why? Because I feel like that's my place. I'm his wife. I want to be the only one pleasing him, and I want him to be happy, and I'm not gonna turn him down. You know, he's my husband.
Use another word. It's a powerful word. Deny me.
I'm not gonna deny him.
You're not denying me.
I'm not. I would never deny him.
Okay.
Okay. Ask that question one more time.
Are you obligated to get it on because your spouse wants to?
See, the question to me is good because I always want to with my wife. Always.
You like to energize the bunny, huh?
But the problem is, my wife is so involved and she does so much, and she runs the house. We got the kids. She with the cooking business, and by the time she wants to go to bed, it's like she's tired. She's sore. You know.
Oh, we have someone that commented and said, you have to, even when you don't want to? Hell no.
See, okay.
Are they married?
Right.
Are they?
Hey, yo,
that's a good
Shell,
question.
are you married?
Ayo, Shell. I think she is.
Okay.
Are you obligated to
Well, he getting it somewhere else.
But listen, if you want it, you can have it anytime.
Okay. So
But
your answer is yes, you're obligated.
I'm more than obligated to you. It's just.
Are you constipated?
It's the nights that we dating is when it's like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
That's why we
Without
have to
putting it
date.
out,
We have to
without
keep
putting it out
dating and
there.
being girlfriend and
If we not-
boyfriend.
because when we, it's like, to Joycey, she's so into the family and the business. Everything is a business to her. And it's a good thing because she runs it well. She runs the family well. If it wasn't for her, I mean, I can't do it. She does it. I work.
We do it
I feel
together.
We do it together, but she runs it. She runs the steering wheel. I'm just the gasoline in the engine. Put it that way. You know, but at the flip side of it, I always wanted for my wife. I'm a Scorpio. I'm not afraid to say it. It is what it is. You know, but it's just if I'm in bed and I'm like in my head I'm like you know, start with massage, I'm doing everything possible. But if she comes to bed and she's like, oh my God, my leg, I'm so tired, my back, then I can't make her do something that when she's already tired, it's like I don't feel right. I feel like I'm gonna force her to do something when she's already in pain, she's sore, she's tired. So then it cancels everything in my head. It's like, okay, she just wants to sleep, let me let her sleep. And I mean, in some of the
I won't complain no more about
no, but sometimes the best times.
Now, do you do this all night?
Sometimes, and I'm gonna put it out there too. I be working a double, and she come home, like I come home and she's sleeping. To me, it's like the best time waking her up.
Right.
He'll make all the noise possible.
Yeah, I wake her up completely. It'd be like, but the flip side, we go to bed together, and I hear her saying she's so tired and she's so sore, and oh my God, I'm so tired. I gotta wake up early in the morning. Then every thought in my head about wanting to do anything is gone. Now it's just letting her sleep. I don't even want to wake her up in the middle of the night because I want her to sleep. I'm looking forward to her telling me that she has a meeting in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I want her to sleep. So she runs her business and her mindset with working everything so well. It's good to the point where it's like an ongoing thing now. It's like I need her to sleep. I want her to sleep if she needs to. Joyce don't let nothing go. She has to run the show, and she does a damn good job doing it. She runs this house, she runs the kids, she runs her job, stresses her out. The business is what she's doing. So I want her
But
to
I don't
sleep.
want that to interfere with us.
That's why.
Double time tonight.
That's why the thought of dating as a girlfriend helps. I think that needs to come into play more.
Yeah.
We do need to spend more time with us than it is with the kids. Because our kids, they take a lot of attention from us. We do.
I like that.
And we do need to. The nights that me and her, like they said, bump the kids, bump everything. We're going to Progressive. We going out. We've had the best nights ever. You know, but rarely do we do that because I'm working, she's working, she runs everything. She's tired. The family tends to take a lot out of it. You know, I'm not saying I don't get anything. It's just.
Did you answer the question?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought I did.
So you're obligated to me as well.
I'm more than open and obligated to you.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay, real quick. Ayo Shell still tuned in. She said yes, she's been married for 21 years. This is a nice thing y'all are doing, but obligated is compliance, and that ain't fun.
Okay. I'll invite the liberals next week.
Say again.
Her husband come on the show next
Tell her
week.
to come to the next couple's corner.
Yeah.
Oh, Ayo Shell, you and your husband are invited to the next couple's corner. Okay, Mrs. Davis. Mrs.
They were very
Davis.
clear that the women go first.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Am I obligated? I say it's, I don't like the word obligated. I would say I'm required. I like that better.
Okay.
Like that's a requirement for me to do that, to please my husband, to make sure he's straight, because it's something about when he's straight, then that makes me straight,
Oh, yeah.
because it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
sense of release.
Yes.
Yeah.
Release for him, and that I could just tell. I could tell.
It's a difference.
I could tell. Can't you can't you tell when you know
Oh, I got
time's
yeses.
up. It's time to
Yup.
yeah.
Yup, you got a yup in the corner.
Attitudes and stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
people
It's
start
like,
acting different and
Yeah.
talking different.
Yeah,
That's so true.
everything, the energy
Right.
is different. Yeah, so I know,
That's so true.
that's what's going on. So let me make sure you good. I can't. I was going out of town a few months ago, and something, I forget who we was talking to or what we was watching, and it was like, whenever you leave for a period of time, make sure your husband balls is on flat.
I like that.
So whenever I get ready to leave out of town, that's why he chuckled. I'm like, that's just.
I know that's right.
That's a good,
Yeah. On flat.
On flat. Flat. I like that.
You all right, Samir?
Now me, I'm cool and collected. I would love to be intimate every night, but I know that can't happen. So I know if I ask her and she's tired, it's gonna frustrate me. So I just wait until she,
Feeling
gives
frisky.
me that,
That sign.
yeah, then we in. But other than that, I'm good.
He said we in.
Samir about to pass out.
Okay.
Are you required to get it on? Because your spouse wants to.
Whenever you want to.
She said obligated the first time.
We're gonna
Well, we can change that.
We
Okay.
change it to required.
That's cool.
Whenever he wants to. There you go.
He pull up to your job on a lunch break, like right now.
Let's go.
That was your question.
Right? You over there?
Phone calls with bill collectors.
He call you back.
Seriously, man? Wow. But see, that's when things was fun. Remember that? I remember that day. Oh, that.
You thinking of a specific time right now?
Oh no!
Oh.
She spot that up. Do I feel like I'm required whenever she wants to?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you
I
sure?
mean, yeah. I guess for everybody it's different. It's not really required. Like, it's just that whenever she decides that she wants to be pleased or have pleasure or whatever, then yeah, let's go. I mean, shit. Like,
Happy wife, happy life.
yeah.
Say it again. Say it louder.
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy spouse, happy house.
Yeah, so I mean, just
Period.
yeah, like I mean, I can't say that I'm would always be in the mood because my hours are funny, and regardless of everything that she does, she a little bit younger than me. I don't know if that's the why, but
It makes a difference.
yeah, because she like.
But even like if you're not in the mood, do you think you could tell her no, or should you just go ahead because she wants to?
I won't say no. I won't say no with my mouth.
What?
I'll be scared too.
Scared to what?
To say no.
To say no?
Like if she wanted to be intimate and I say no, boy.
You know what? The thing is, I'm sorry. It's a two-sided thing. Cause I kind of like, I kind of like struggle with that myself because, all of us women, we do a lot. We do. And we also have to remember that we have to balance. We know this. We know that we gotta try to balance, our marriage and as far as us, our ministry and, just our organizations, our businesses and stuff like that. But, I kind of struggle with that as well. I know that what I should do, but sometimes and we talk about this, because sometimes I just don't. And we already know. Just like they say, sometimes men think with two heads, okay? Mentally, if it's just not, how could you perform? If mentally that, now I'm doing it because, he want me to do it, but I want to please my husband, but I'm really not feeling it. So I'm not going to give my best performance, because I'm doing it because I need to please my husband at that moment. So that's something that I struggle with, right now, because sometimes I be tired. But then I'm thinking about, well, my husband want to be pleased. you know. But I don't feel like it.
See,
So-
now with me, I can't live with that. I just can't live with that because I just can't be intimate and she's trying to please me, but she's not intimate back.
Right.
The whole,
Yeah.
Right.
the whole, you know what I mean? She don't give the whole when she tired. She'll
That's
give
right.
it to me because
You want it.
this motherfucker's not gonna sneak out. And, you know what I mean? You know, we good. You know what I mean? But sometimes, sometimes she's tired. She does a lot of things, and so that's when I say, I'm cool. I'm cool because I know how to handle me.
Yeah.
So, you know, when she ready and give me her all, then everything is good. But, you know, when she gives it to me and don't give me the all, I may be satisfied, but not all the way.
Yeah.
Because it ain't the whole thing. Because I like to, like, when it's done,
Whoa.
just go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Quick fast.
I mean, realistically speaking, though, everybody, like, I mean, we all married couples, we all run busy schedules, and when you say, like, obligated or required or whatever, reality tell us all, I mean, sometimes you just, whether you tired, ain't in the mood, sometimes things creep up in your life that's you're going through mentally. It's just a whole gang of stuff but it's like he said, if, you know, you want that experience with your other half to be, when you do that, you want it to be great. You want it to be good, because especially with lives, kids, work, you got so much other stuff going on. But when you have that private moment, you want it to be what you want it to be. But, you know, we all could say, oh, I wanted when I wanted, you wanted what I wanted, but we both got to want this together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy for somebody to just, you ain't just somebody I'm laying down screwing. We together. We in a relationship. We in a marriage at that. So it's not that, you know, it's not the same as running down there booting Wanda, and I don't know Wanda, I just said that. I just grabbed that.
Clarify that.
But it's not the same as that. Like, it's, you know, this is who you're with. So, you know, that's the good thing about, well, not the good thing, but that's the thing about marriage and about this what we doing now, because you know, reality, like, it's a lot that people go through and that goes on, and that's what makes the relationship, because you got to find a way to work through it, I guess.
I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
Even with everything going on, like, all of our lives are involved in so much, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's not just the wives, it's the husbands too. You got to have that time to get rest, to make sure that she's okay or I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's me and her doing the B&B thing here and there. At first, we used to do, like, when we do our days off, we go to the hotel, it'd just be like one room with every kid in it. But it got to the point like, okay, that's our time away. Now we're going to spend the money to get the 2-3 rooms and put them behind closed doors. You know, but it's like you got to spend that time together. Cause, because, you know, I want it.
Once you start getting away from stuff like that, it doesn't say that your relationship goes downhill, but you can see the difference. You can feel the difference once you start getting away from the dating. You can say, okay, hold up, now we ain't connected like we once was. And it doesn't say that things are bad or it's getting ready to be over, but it's just up to us as together to identify, like, okay, wait a minute, we don't do this anymore. We haven't done this in a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because even with them kids, like, y'all, I'm glad to hear everybody else got kids, because them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I tell her all the time. It's like I tell her all the time, like, you know, babe, something don't feel right now. When I started saying that, I'm like, it ain't feeling right. We've been too busy.
And at least you tell her.
That's good. That sounds like me telling Joe, like, what's up? You alright? You good? What's wrong?
And at the same time,
you feel a difference.
It's like the man. To me, it's like the man at the table getting a big piece of chicken. Like, remember, I'm here. I'm supposed to be king of the house. Come on now. You know, don't forget about me. I'm not trying to forget about you, because every time my wife is hungry, and she know me, you hungry, you want something, she just give me a sign. She ain't even got to say the full sentence. She got it. If I'm up before in the morning, I'll make sure she got breakfast before she goes to work. You know what I'm saying? If she coming home from work, she big with me because she knows she got dinner on the table. You know, so it's like, okay, big piece of chicken is over here. You know what I'm saying? But you do have to make time. That's the biggest thing. You know, it ain't the whole business and running the show and everything. You can't forget what you got.
Then on the table, I hope y'all got one of them topics up there. And that,
Now, can I answer that question?
yeah, I hope that's in the
I
topics.
think the best way, I mean, I can relate to it as a writer and as an artist. I mean, I gotta think about this. This is what Earth, Wind, and Fire said. Something happened along the way.
Yeah.
And yesterday was all we had. Something happened along the way.
Did he hit the
To be
CD?
happy, be sad. Come on now. Why do people write that stuff? Because maybe it used to be great, but
Yeah.
now I'm coming home and all we do is fight.
Yeah. That's why I listen to that kind of music, because they was actually talking about
Yeah,
something back then.
yeah, and you gotta
They was
listen.
actually talking about
And
something.
as a man, you know, see, I get motivated when I'm giving my wife something that she likes. I mean, if she said, I want that, my motivation is to give you what you want. So I shouldn't have to feel like I'm begging. Come on. Because I don't ask for a whole lot. And I always say to my wife, name one time you come to me and ask me something and I told you no. And you know, I'm a very simple man, and I try to keep it simple for a reason. I like fried chicken. I like grits on Saturday, right? So if you know what I like, let's call it what it is. And you making me beg, you're just trying to control me. Okay, so now it's a war, and you know, as a pastor, what I usually ask, and this is, I guess, the question we need to stop avoiding. See, I don't marry anybody unless I do counseling with them, right? And one of the questions I asked them in counseling, what's normal sex with you? You know, now studies have shown that normal sex is 5 times a week. Okay, so if it's 7 days in a week, and you wait to Saturday, you can pile them up on all 5 days, or on one day if you want to, but you owe me 5. Did I lose somebody? So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have no problem with that.
Catch up.
But I want my 5. I'm gonna be sitting there like, wait, this is Sunday night, and I only got 3.
I'm about to get
We have done a challenge too. It's this guy. He's a celebrity. Marriage thing. Okay. And he does like this challenge. And me and him, even though I know that it's going to be challenging, you know, the things that, he give us like different questions and stuff, and it's a challenge that we have to go through, but that's a challenge. That's a challenge. 5 days.
Because of the life. Let's be realistic.
He was waiting for you to stop.
Let's be realistic, right?
He was.
If it's something in our lives that we like, okay, use football for example. If a football ticket is $300, but that's what you want, you're gonna make your way, right?
Yeah.
If a certain type of car or a certain type of house, you're gonna do what you gotta do, right? So if your marriage, and this is what people are really not seeing, if your marriage is an investment,
that's right.
you're gonna say, okay, this is what I gotta invest in my marriage. All right?
Yeah, right.
And when it gets to the point where, you know what, I don't feel like giving to you, then I think you've answered the question. Say what you want. Yeah.
But I think it should be like mutually beneficial of what it is. So
Define
it would
mutual
mutually beneficial.
beneficial.
Meaning if you say 5, because you went to 5,
Right.
and Lady Carrie say 3,
Right.
and I'm just throwing this out there.
Right.
We ain't have a talk or nothing
Right,
like that.
right.
So you say 5, she say 3.
Right.
You have to find that middle ground to say, okay, we landed on 4.
I
Mutually
understand.
beneficial.
I understand it, but let's see it realistically, right? If there's a pattern that keeps happening where we keep coming up short, why we keep coming up short? Is it you putting too much time into this? Like, okay, I'm gonna use my wife as an example. My wife is into a lot of stuff, right? And one of the things that I'm constantly working with her is how to relax, because she'll put something down and she'll grab something. Okay, I have no problem with you grabbing that, but when it comes my time, that was your fault. You can't, and we gotta see it for what it is. That's being selfish when it's always gotta be your way. It's gotta be a compromise. If I give you this,
Hold up, wait, we got
when you say you want to do this, and I say okay, but then when it's my turn, I gotta understand. Wait a minute. Let's start this over again. I think I gave you your turn last time. Now every time I gotta understand. No, I don't understand, and that's what happens where. And I'm just speaking from a man's point of view. We start getting frustrated because we start saying, "Well, you either taking advantage of my kindness or you walking over me because you're not hearing what I'm saying to you." And then the most dangerous thing that can happen in a relationship is when I stop saying stuff. Because I'm a very verbal person. And when I get quiet, something's wrong.
What's your sign?
Taurus.
Oh, okay.
And when I get quiet and I ain't got nothing to say, something's wrong. That means what I'm saying to you, you're not even hearing it. So just go ahead and do what you want to do. And that's why sometimes men say, go ahead and do what you want to do. Why ask me when you're going to do what you want to do anyway? Why even have a man? Tell you what, why don't we just stop playing and take your ring off and just come home when you get ready? That's what you do anyway. You don't want no husband. You want, and sometimes you got to realize, if we're not careful, men also, we can repeat patterns that we've learned. Sometimes we learn things from, our fathers, like in my case, and sometimes my wife has to say, well, listen, you're not your father. And even with women, you have to.
I said, I ain't going for that.
Right. and you gotta be willing to and open enough to hear each other when you say, like sometimes my wife will say something to me. I say, you really hurt my feelings. So as a man, if I'm being vulnerable enough to tell you, you just hurt my feelings, ain't gonna be too many of that. Because now you've taken advantage of my kindness. So I have no problem with you being driven and all that, but as your man, I should not have to raise my voice. Because if I gotta get loud with you, baby,
say that again,
you
brother.
ain't hearing what I'm saying.
Say that again, brother.
No.
My voice, you should hear it. Because when you say something to me, if my wife, I'm gonna tell you like this, if my wife say, this really hurt me, I feel so disappointed in myself because my job is to make you happy. But if I come to you and say, baby, you know what? You know what, baby? You made me feel like a little boy. You taking my manhood. You totally disrespecting me. Who do you think you're dealing with? So now, and that's what unfortunately happens when a man says, okay, you gonna walk over me? All right, fine. I don't even want to be here. Or you start, I'm not saying it's right, but then it takes, all it takes is someone to show you respect. And that's the most important thing that men ask for, because that's the way we communicate with respect. We have mutual respect for each other. And women we gotta understand you guys, but you have to understand us. We deal off of codes, off of respect, right? And when you start disrespecting what I'm asking you to do, you're not being driven, baby. You're not hearing my voice. And that's the most important thing I want you to do. Hear what I'm saying. And even if you come back to me and say, well, baby, I wanted to, like my wife does double dutch, and this was hard for me when she had to go out of town for recertification. And it was hard. I really struggled with it. And I said, okay, and I had to say, well, this is important to you. Okay, when we first got married, she went to Japan, 2 weeks. We had just got married, we had a little boy, but I knew it was important to her. I understood that. So I understand there is times when she has to travel and things of that nature, and I have no problem with it, and I'm supportive of you and everything like that. But when it starts becoming a way of life, man, you're not a professional entertainer. You're my wife. And look at their relationships in Hollywood. That's why it's like that. Look, no offense, because she may be one of my sponsors. Why do you think people like Holly Berry and Janet Jackson can't keep no man? They got all this celebrity. Then, do like, all right, Holly Berry, you fine, but, that's it.
But suppose it's the guy and not the lady.
But then that's where they both got to start listening to each other, because we all know this. We all know that because we've all achieved that status. Man, money don't make a relationship. Shoot, you can have all the money in the world, but, I was talking to my wife about that. I'll forget one time, this is my second marriage. I know what it is to have the money, the power, the whole night, come home on Christmas Eve, I'm the only person in the house, you know what I mean? So it's not money. Sometimes we think that the money would make the relationship or whatever. It's about, we did something when we was down in Florida, and we had got off the plane a day early, and this was like a rare time we didn't have a rental car. So around the corner from the hotel we was in, we had to walk to the plaza. And I turned to my wife and I said, you know what? I said, I always want to know how this feel that, because we used to, this type of car and all that type of stuff. but we walked to the store. You know, and I said, look at that couple over there. They're standing at the bus stop. It's not about the money. It's the fact that they're doing it together.
Yeah.
Because you can get all this stuff, and at the end of the day, look how far we don't drift away from each other. We got the house, we got the money, we got the power, but baby, guess what? When you doing all that, I'm over here, and that's why sometimes you achieve all that stuff, and you get to the top, and the person says, "Well, I'm glad you're happy because I don't want to be here no more." So it's important that as you grow, and I hope I ain't taking too much time, that you grow together. That way, and I always say to my wife, most important thing is when we build, baby, we want to get there together and say, this is what we've achieved. Not, yeah, I got this, but I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm glad you're happy. I always want to tell you this. You made me miserable when I'm out. But we got all this stuff. Yeah, go ahead and take it. And that's why sometimes you see people walk away from stuff, but they're like, this person was a jerk. Look at Donald Trump. This cat got money, power. What's this, his third marriage, whatever the case may be? So it's not money. It's can we do this thing together? And I would rather us do it together. And at the end of the day, you know, if we gotta, you know, slow it down or go back to the drawing board, at least we did it together, opposed to you think I'm with you, but I'm not. I know nothing about double dutch, but the fact that it's important to her, I'm trying to learn it, and we build it together. So hopefully somebody will learn from that out there in this moment.
I think so.
The next question.
Oh, you kid want to comment?
Oh, no, did you? Anybody else want to comment?
No, I thought
on
you were
that?
saying it was both ways. You know, remember
What?
you said something
Yeah,
about.
not only the guys, but it's the ladies too. If they feel some type of way. That was it. I was just making that point of clarity. That was it.
Okay, so the next question, we'll start this way again, is do you think it's important to stick to gender roles in your marriage?
What do you mean?
You don't get it? Okay, so you know how they say women are just supposed to, you know, play the house, the kitchen, the kids. Is it important to stick to gender roles?
Okay.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
And I can admit that I struggle with that because there are times when my husband loves to cook and he's good at it, but I feel like sometimes he'd rather be in the kitchen than swinging a hammer or screwing a screwdriver and tightening, things that I see that need to be done around the house. So I struggle with that, but I know that I also like doing some things that some people would think is the man's job. So I struggle with that because I still feel like I want him to do what's passionate to him and what he loves to do. And I don't want him telling me, don't do A, B, and C, because that's a man's job, So I struggle with that. I don't have a clear answer on that.
Yeah, she does struggle with that. I mean, she does, when she gets mad, she argues and says, stay out of the kitchen and go replace this and replace that. But at the flip side of it, she'll say, babe, I'm hungry. So it's like, okay, I'm going to put the hammer down and go cook now. But she knows me. I'm not just going to go in there and make a bowl of cereal. Everybody's seen the pictures that she posts. When I cook, I cook. I hate it's like an art form, but I like to make it look pretty. I want her to be happy. I want her to promote it and show that her husband's cooking for her and handing it to her. She knows I'm not going to give her anything on a paper plate. When I cook for her, she gets a glass plate and she gets it nice with her fruits and everything. But, one thing I do spend a lot of time on is my backyard. I like my backyard. I like doing that stuff. Yes, I'm not Bob the Builder. I agree. I don't like, if we buy any kind of furniture, I want it bought in the house, put together. Because if it's in a box, I'm not doing it. Or I don't want to know. Let's say I don't want to do it.
He's in a bad mood the second he sees me walk through the door with a box.
Yeah.
He is automatically in a bad mood.
I'm shut down looking for overtime at work. I don't want to do it. I'll find somebody, I'll pay somebody to do it for me. Or if I'm doing it, I'll put my headphones on, don't talk to me, leave me alone until I'm done. So yeah.
Can I chime in? He won't, refuses. And I want to know if there's any other couples have this problem. He refuses to read the directions.
Yep.
He will leave the directions folded up and taped in the box.
I don't even give him a chance to.
He
I open the
won't.
box and do it myself.
Okay.
I don't even give him a chance to. If I walk through the door, I'm opening it, I'm putting it
And
together.
you putting it together.
Because if I wait for him to do it with me,
Oh yeah, no, there's been some furniture.
I got one in my hand.
Listen, I put some furniture together, and when I'm done, I'll be like, oh shit.
Extra
And
screws.
the first thing I
I got some
say,
couple
did you
screws
read
there.
the direction? I
No,
don't read the
no,
direction.
A lot of times, in the past, there's been some furniture she has not, in the past, not now. There's been some furniture that she don't know that some stuff was backwards or it was.
Jesus.
I ain't said nothing. If it looked not done, when she turned around, paint it real quick brown so she don't notice it. If I ain't taking everything apart again, I'm just gonna push it in the corner and say, babe, it's done. I love you, I'm going to work.
Don't put a newborn baby in a crib that I put together.
I'm not good at that.
Cribs are the worst. There's a lot of small pieces.
Yeah.
But crib anything, like I'm not.
Yeah, I don't like
I'll pay
putting
somebody
it
to put
together.
that. I'm not good like that.
I go to Bob's
I
and
could
put
put the
everything
batteries
together
in the
already.
remote control.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
about it. Like,
Hopefully it's put together already. I'll get it through the door. I'll take the hinges off before I have to put something
Yes, he
together.
will take the hinges off the door to fit it in before he take it apart.
You gotta be
Can I
together.
skip though and add to that because you gotta understand though. See, as a sociologist, I know a lot of times things happen in our lives as men that scarred. See, I had an older brother that was very cruel to me, and he told me that I had two left hands, so that always stuck with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't put this together, and so think about this: if your spouse say you can't, that's like a trigger. You can't do this. You know, it's because I was scarred. My brother, who should have been encouraging me, showing me how to put something together out of I guess because he said I was a baby and I was whatever. He scarred me and said, well, you can't do this. So I'm like him. My wife would say, like, if something got to be put together, you can't do it. And then I don't want to seem like I'm too sensitive, but I'm like, don't say that to me.
No, I don't say that. I don't say that to me. I don't say
I'd
that
be
he.
scarred.
I don't say that he can't do it. My thing is, I prefer that he don't. I let him try, but see, everything he put together, it just like the other day, the shower head. Now we done bought a shower head, and it's been a couple of months now. And I was getting in the shower last night, and I chuckled. I said, this shower head still ain't got the knob on it.
You know my comeback to that? I say, but my girlfriend said, "Ooh, baby, this shower head so good. Ooh, I like the way you did it." I'd be like, see, just, my wife don't understand.
My eyes just fell off.
My wife don't understand.
She don't understand. That's why I'm with you, baby. You encourage me.
Joe, he wants to, well, he's the jack of all trades. Jack of all trades. He wants to do everything. He got it. I got it, or whatever. I just want him sometimes to just pay people to do things, to get it done, and to get it done right. So for me, if it sits, like, Keelan is my mom. She raised me independent. I will pull up anything, push anything, try and put it together by myself, independent, right? So if I bring something home and I'm like, I sit there and be like, oh, this need to get together, we need to be put together, people walk past it a gazillion times, and then I'm calling somebody else, like the doorknob that we got, the doorbell that we got a year ago that's still sitting in the box that's by the front door, but I'll call somebody and have somebody come do it.
Right.
And then if he show up when they're doing it, or he figure out that it's been done, now is, who did this? Why you calling? I was gonna do it. Why you couldn't wait?
I was gonna do
but,
it.
yeah,
I was
right?
gonna do
Or why, like, all these questions. So now I'm getting an attitude because I'm like, well, if you was gonna do it, then you should have did it. Like, it's been sitting here for months, or weeks, what have you. And then if he's doing anything, he always.
Pissing me off.
Thank you, Joe.
Tell the truth.
If he's doing
Are you telling the truth?
if he's doing anything, this is the part. Like, this is this is this gets under my skin. If I'm doing something, I'm doing it myself.
But what are you doing though?
Listen, whatever. Anything that needs to be done, if I feel I can do it myself, I'll do it. Right? I'll read the directions. I'll grab the hammer, I'll grab the nail, I'll do whatever.
What did you put together
Listen.
Just tell me.
I'm going. I'm not saying what I put together, I'm just giving you a prime example.
Okay.
So when I say this, you probably won't say nothing else again. So, I'll do whatever I got to do to get it done.
Right.
If Joe is in charge of doing something, he can't do nothing by himself. He like, baby, grab me that hammer over there.
Yep.
Could you go upstairs and grab the light? Here. Read the directions and tell me what it say right here. So I'm like pissed because I'm like, why every time you do something, I gotta be the assistant, but I'm doing something you like.
So can I
man cave with his feet up, chilling, and I'm trying.
But can I interject? But do you feel as if you're playing dual roles?
Do I feel like I'm? What I feel like is.
I'll make it clear. Do you feel you're being the woman and the man?
Nope, I don't feel that way. What I feel is.
Can we ask Joe that question?
Sure.
No.
What I feel is, if I'm doing something, I'm doing it by myself without assistance. If he does something,
only reason you doing something by yourself because you probably got an attitude or something.
I agree with you.
Could you help me? I mean, Joe, listen, something needs to be done.
And guess what? And if he's doing it, the point that I'm trying to make is what you do, you always need another set of hands.
Okay, let me tell you why.
Why,
Tammy? What's the matter with my hands? What's the matter with my hands, Tammy?
No.
Tammy, what is the matter with my hands?
What's wrong with him?
What is the matter with my hands?
He had surgery on his hands. I'm not saying that. Then pay somebody to do it. Pay somebody to do it then. If he's doing, you're missing my point. If he's doing
what did
something,
she say about my hands?
hold up, wait.
She
If
said
he's
you
doing
had
something,
surgery on, right?
excuse me, fellas, guys. If he's doing something, he needs an assistant. That's what I'm saying.
No, not needs.
He needs.
No, he needs.
He needs an assistant.
He needs it.
He wants somebody to grab a light, grab a screw, look under the sink, in the third drawer to the right.
By somebody, you mean you, right?
Me, yeah.
Maybe he just wants to do it with you.
Okay, here it is. You my wife. You my wife. Now here, like, plain as simple. We can go out to a restaurant,
Right.
like Outback.
Right.
I like steak,
Right.
but I like steak and I can't even cut the steak.
Right.
So she had to cut the steak to the point. Two white ladies were saying, she has a nerve to be cutting this steak.
Really?
Loud. Wow.
So I know she checked.
I wanted to say, but I didn't. But at the same time, my wrist is messed up.
Right.
My hand, I got arthritis in this hand.
Right.
Look at this hand.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I need her.
Right.
Sometimes I go overboard
Right.
when I do it myself,
Totally understand.
knowing that it's hurting me.
Right.
Just like here it is, we had a 4th of July thing,
Right.
and we dressed up our house.
Right.
So instead of mulch in the front of our house, we got stones, big stones.
Right.
So I ordered the stones, had the people deliver them. Now I'm 60 years old,
Right.
shoveling stones,
Right.
but that keeps me young.
Right.
Now I have a callus in my middle of my hand
I see
that's
it.
killing me. It's been killing me, but it's healed now.
Right.
But it's been killing me from that time.
Yeah,
but I'm
right.
glad that I have her
Right.
to do this.
Totally
but
understand.
sometimes
No,
she
but
gets-
don't skip. Because what I was saying to him was, my thing was, okay, with the yard, you know how you put the tarp down or something so the weeds don't come up?
Yeah.
So I said, okay, so if you're removing the rocks, put the tarp down, put the rocks down,
So the weeds
won't go
So hold
up.
up. So did you say that? Show me how to do it.
Okay,
No,
but
I offered
watch
to
this
help.
though.
I offered to help.
We
Hold
all-
up. I offered to help.
What
I
you gonna
offered
help?
to help.
You got a master
I offered to help. I don't care. I need to learn.
Not in garden.
Right.
Not in garden because she
Right.
tried to get plants.
Right.
Joyce, she tried to get plants and they dead.
Oh! That's how we get it nowhere.
No.
Somebody say breakthrough.
No, it's a heat wave. It's a heat wave.
I'm listening to Joe. Let Joe talk.
It's a heat wave.
Let Joe talk.
No,
What happened to them?
no.
What happened to plants, Joe?
My
They
plants-
died.
Tracy, my plants wasn't that
Don't
when
ask
you
Tracy
came
that.
over.
They died. That's right. Joe, I want to hear Joe. I want to hear Joe. Joe, I've been on plants, man. What kind of plants was it, Joe? They died.
Yeah, they
No.
died.
Are you with the flint?
No.
They died.
Listen, no.
You killed the plants.
See,
You call the
watch
police.
this one. You see how you go out in front of the house?
Right.
They got plants.
Right.
So she
I
seen
tried.
that. She
I
seen
tried
that. So
to
she
do
went and
some
tried.
plants.
So she trying to get a green thumb.
Yeah.
Right.
Green thumb.
So she is human.
My fake one. That's
No.
what I do.
So the heat wave.
I'm not your
No,
superwoman.
listen. No, listen. The one. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it is. The ones outside
It's
been
a
outside, and so no, it's not. It's real. The ones outside that been outside, it's been heat. Let's get back to the tarp. So I said,
Did the tarp die?
I said no, but guess
The
what?
tarp didn't die though.
Say get back to the top.
Get back to the
The
tarp.
tarp didn't die though.
Get
The
back to
plants
the tarp.
died though.
Get back to the tarp.
You forgot about
The
the dead
tarp.
flowers,
They
huh?
put.
You see how she always want to get up and stuff?
Avoid it. Avoid it.
No,
Go
thank
ahead.
you. So I said to him, just because I heard I don't have the green thumb, I've never had plants at all in
Right.
our home, nothing, right? So
Uh-huh.
I'm trying something new. So I said to him, because the black thing was down. I said, get the black tarp or what have you, put it down, put the rocks back on it to avoid the weeds. So I said, did y'all do that? No, we killed the weeds that was up. It's straight. We just gonna put the rocks down. It's always a half-ass job. So guess what? A week later, guess what's growing up? All weeds. Thank you.
All through those pretty rocks. All through those pretty rocks that got
But you
shit
did.
over.
I want to talk about these dead plants though.
Okay,
What kind of plants was these?
watch
plants?
this though. 4th of July.
Right.
4th of July. She was standing at our door, greeting people. Don't our house look good? Don't our house look good? Me, Tamaria, don't the rocks look good?
Tamaria, you on camera. Did I?
I'm behind the camera.
She behind the camera. No. How was I greeting folks coming in and I'm in the backyard
I
doing
think
everything?
he
I was
trying to
just
say
joking,
that.
but see, you always see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
He's saying he got the job done for the 4th of July.
Just for the 4th of July. But
It
a week
looked
later,
nice.
the weeds are
He
coming
had
up.
it looking nice.
There
So
you
he
go.
did his job.
People gone.
There you
People
go.
gone.
Oh, so it was just for that day.
Yeah.
Oh.
But okay,
You
okay.
had it looking nice for the 4th of July.
Wait, real quick.
For that day.
Real
There you
quick.
go.
Okay.
Right.
Veronica,
I did it all by myself.
And you ain't killed no plants.
All right, we got a comment.
We got some laughs over here.
Okay.
my godmom Veronica chimed in and said, "You don't have a green thumb." LOL.
I never said I had a green thumb. What I can do well is give instructions.
Oh.
That's what I do
And
well.
that's
He
what
didn't
you're doing
listen
right
to
now.
the instructions.
He didn't
That's your
listen to the
strength, though. That's your
instructions.
strength,
That's my
though.
strength. Yeah. I know
Okay,
all
so
my
when,
plans.
when it comes to my lovely wife, when it comes to me not getting stuff done, the problem with her is her mind runs 1,000 miles per hour. So it'll be, babe, can you put this together? I'm like, okay. Babe, can you put this together? But I need this done now. Okay. I'll do this. While I'm doing
And
this,
he forgot about
wait,
this.
wait, no, wait, let me talk. While I'm doing this, she's looking at this like, shit, I'll do it my damn self. I'm like, babe, you told me to do this. I expect you to do more than that, Dwight. You my husband, you a man, you gotta figure this out. I'm like, I got this, okay. But you're not giving me time to get it done.
I gave you enough time. The first one should have been done already.
See?
Before I gave you
Now I'm punching the clock. I gotta get it done at a certain time, like she snapping her fingers.
Right.
So it ain't done at a certain time. I'm like,
Y'all
listen.
had a problem.
I'm just a brag. I don't do
When
any
it
of
comes
it.
through the house,
I don't do any
I
of
put
it.
it together.
I'm
not waiting.
But see, the green
No,
thumb part,
I don't have- no.
the green thumb part is me. She know I love outside. I had 5 weeks with no work.
I'm sure he's walked everybody through
I
his
I
garden.
have not walked. No, I only showed
Plastic
Pastor
ones.
Darryl. I showed
Those
Pastor
the best
Darryl.
ones. No
ones,
feed,
they'll
no
die.
water, nothing.
You can't kill him, right?
The plastic flowers.
Oh, for anybody that's viewing, plastic plants are the best ones.
Yeah.
You can't kill him.
Only thing you gotta do is dust them off.
That's right.
In the defense of my boy Joe, when you put plants outside, heat wave or not, you gotta water them every night.
Excuse me, Mr. Heaven. I do water the plants. Excuse me, who goes outside and water the plants?
Killed them?
Oh, Lord.
Tammy, they looked good for the first
That
few
was
weeks.
funny.
Thank
Not-
you.
They lasted for the
Y'all have
first
a
few
funeral,
weeks.
man.
They did. They looked
They
good.
still want it.
That was her first
They
time.
still want it back.
I went the other morning,
Right.
yesterday morning, on my daily 6 o'clock,
Right.
go out on the patio drinking ginger tea,
Right.
right? And I glance, because I look and see who's running in my field. Mole, rabbits. And I glance my wife's plant.
It was gone.
You know why they died? Because I was
I
out
don't
of
think
out of town for a week and no one watered them. That's why. why they died.
Not because
You
of the
thought
heat
you
wave.
thought about that. You really did. You really thought about that. You really thought about that.
Not the
Tammy,
heat wave.
No one watered the plants.
Tammy, I'm gonna be honest with you, right?
Did you water the plants when I was gone?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So
But
you killed
they was
them.
dead. They was already dead. I was listen.
It was dead before I left.
What, yeah. What I was doing was, while you was gone, seeking funeral arrangements.
No way.
And he said the Undertaker said I can't help you.
No way. No way.
Even the Undertaker said I can't help you, man.
So what they said is Tupac gone, so they want to.
So this is actually an actual repast for your flowers.
Yeah.
Not a
Yeah.
repast. Tonight's a repast.
For your
So
plants.
we had food, we had drinks, and we
Yeah.
had
For your,
Got the preacher.
for your
Yeah.
flowers.
I commend him every
Yep,
day.
got the preacher. We good.
What was the name of the plants? Red
I
bud.
never named
She
them.
never got a chance.
No, I'm saying when you bought the was they had a card
You didn't
say.
name-
The card said guaranteed
No,
not to
I'm
die.
saying when you buy the flowers, they always have a card saying what kind of plant they.
Right.
Were they red bud?
She ain't
Maybe they was peace
You
lilies.
ain't reading it.
I
Please don't know.
requested plants that was needed a lot of light and watering, so they stayed outside.
But you knew, tell you the truth, right? You seen no plants outside of the heavens.
No,
Right.
that's not why.
Listen, you seen the plants outside of the heavens.
I
When
didn't
we
think y'all had
came,
their plants then.
watch
right?
this one. Watch this one. I'm gonna give you some.
They didn't have their plants when I got mine.
Yeah, we
You
had
did.
those since
Y'all
Yes,
had-
they did.
Beginning of
They done
summer.
did the patio and all that.
Okay.
What you call it?
Okay.
Okay. So now, at the same time,
Okay.
you really did. You didn't mean for the plants to die. You did, Tammy, because you wanted it. But you just, I was just saying, you just do too much, and you just didn't have the time to
Dedicate.
water
So
the
why
plants.
is the plant in the house still alive? Because who takes care of that one?
Asia?
The dog.
Good answer.
Asia's always in the
That's the
in the
dog.
living room.
That's
the dog.
The plant is where? Understand. Who waters the plant?
Huh?
Who waters the plant?
He said Asia.
Yep.
Soon as we leave, she go get the pot.
That
and
plant is
water it.
alive. So y'all gonna have me going to take pictures tonight of my plant to show y'all.
He's on Facebook.
To show y'all my plant is still alive.
Yes.
It lives. I don't know about the ones on the deck, but the one in the house lives.
Well, can I go next?
The
Yes.
question. What is it?
Fascinating question.
Oh.
Sorry, Siri. What was the question?
Oh, gender
The
roles in a
question
marriage.
was
Yeah.
about gender roles.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot all
And I
about
want
that.
to
Right?
be transparent. I want to be transparent.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Daryl, and I'm a control freak. I am.
It's the Taurus in
I
you.
was raised that way by my father. My father raised me to be very dominating. You know, the man should run the house. My mom didn't have any say so, and I can say that I realized that there were some things my father meant well, but he was wrong. So there is times when I have to say, as the man, I'm not your father, I'm not your parole officer, and I have to look, and I think I'm doing very well at that. I gotta find the strengths that you have, and like a lot of times, like in our business negotiations, there's a lot of business deals that probably wouldn't even be on the table if my wife was. I'm very good at closing. She's very good at getting in the room. It's funny because I'm the person, the education, the skills, I got the breakdown of how it should be, but she'll come in there, don't even know what she's talking about, don't even come to the meeting late, and then she's got favor like that. So I've had to learn that although I know theoretically how it should go, she's just better at certain stuff than I am. So I'm able to say, well, you know what, let's let you do it. You know what I mean? And I have no problem with that.
Has anyone seen Interventions? You've seen the show Interventions, where people are like admit their addictions and all of that, or what's going on with them, and they have an intervention, so they invite all of their family members, their friends, to the table, and they give them like options or ultimatums. So do you need an intervention right now to say, Reverend Zero, We understand that you have a problem. Right? So you have a choice right now. This is how they do interventions. You have a choice right now. We have a van parked outside. And we've set up rehabilitation for you. It's for 30 days. So it's up to you right now. You can make a change if you want to.
But see, my thing is this, and this is what I'm working with. All my life, because everything in my life, I've always had to be very tangible and used to people failing or putting my trust in people and it not getting done. I feel that if I don't touch it or hold on to it, it's not going to be done. So I'm working with learning how to, and I'm getting better at it because I even do it in my church, delegation, trusting people that if I give you something, you're competent enough to handle it. And then if I come back and follow it up, teaching you how, but not taking it from you. Because if I take it from you, you're not going to learn how to do it. And as your partner, it's not going to help me because now I got it all back on my plate again. So those are things that I'm working at. There's some things that I'm learning. Just because I am the man, I don't have to be the one that's in charge. And I think I'm growing like that. I think I've come a long way. I got some more growing to do, but you know, I think I'm taking some very valuable steps in there.
That's good.
You got something?
So I put a post up on Facebook the other day, and I don't remember it verbatim, but I know there was a lot of commentary around it, and I thought it was good, and it's something that we could actually talk about here. Do you remember, sir?
Yeah, I think you're talking about the one when I was like, what did I say exactly? It'd be so early in the morning. Stepping out on faith. Well, I heard you say you was married earlier.
Right.
This is my second marriage as well, and I can remember being in it, and I thought I felt like I had enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I was scared. Like a lot of fear kept me in it.
Right.
And you know, all the way down to like we separated for a long time, but I still wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I went against how I really felt.
Right.
And I stepped out on faith, and I went through with the divorce.
Right.
Unsure, not even knowing if this is what I really wanted to do.
Right.
I did it anyway.
Right.
And I look back on this is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I look back on the past 10, 12 years of my life, and I realized I made the right choice by doing it.
Right.
And I wasn't even sure at the time. Even when I was in court in front of the judge, I was like, I just didn't know.
Right.
But somewhere in me was like, I had enough of it.
Yeah.
But I stepped out on faith that time. And a lot of things, people in their lives, they do that. They just, they fear stops people from doing a lot of stuff.
Right.
And sometimes you gotta just, faith. I'm not the most religious person. I was in church heavy, but I stopped going because just all of the stuff that goes on in there.
Right.
But I pray every day.
Right.
And faith is something that I have. And I'm not afraid to step out on it.
Right.
I'm not. I'm really not. With my job last year, I quit it because they didn't want to give me the money. I thought that I was deserving.
Right.
And after a month went by, what happened? And people called me back and was like, "What you want?"
Right.
And they gave it to me, and I went back.
Right.
So, and I quit.
Yeah.
Y'all want to pay me? I'm leaving.
Right.
All these years I've been here.
Right.
But that was another lesson. Faith, step out on it, and
Can I add to something that you were saying? And and this is something also too that can help a lot of people in this room, and also, watching this program tonight. See, we as athletes, we're trained to be competitive, and that's something that I'm a very competitive person. Started when I was a kid. Like I said, being the youngest boy, it started with my brothers. We used to compete to get to the table. We used to compete to get upstairs. We was always competing. But as we mature, one of the most important things we learn is that there is some things in life you're just not designed. You're not supposed to win. And in my first marriage, it was not good. It was very toxic. But I kept saying, I don't want to lose. I lost. And the only way I could win was to just give up and let it go, heal, and then I could move on. So we have to be very careful with being competitive because it could almost be like trying to walk through a wall or we be like, Superman did it, I should be able to do it. No, some things in life you have to be able to say it's not designed to win, or not now. You know. So,
I thought it was it was just profound to me because the majority of us here have been married before. And in a current relationship now, we feel like, you know, this is the best thing that happened to me. I'm living to my best life. Why I didn't do it soon? Like all of that. And we don't step out because of just that place of comfort. Like, this is all we know. This is it. I'm not even sure what's out there. Because I'm not sure what's out there, I don't want to venture out there. So therefore, we stay in things, whether it's work, relationships, what have you, because we're just so comfortable and afraid of what's on the outside of it. And I'll tell, like, anyone, being married before now, it wasn't a bad marriage. Like, I wasn't getting beat up, or he wasn't getting beat up. Like, it wasn't bad. It could have been better if we had sought counseling or something like that. However, when the time came to walk away, I just walked away, and I walked away with my children and my dignity. That was it. Material things, all the other stuff, and started from ground zero. And then when Joe, like, knowing his past and things that he brought in, so when we came together, we both was like unsure of what the future held for us, but we were so comfortable in being in other situations that even when we got together, which is why we started even counseling with Pastor Brantley too, is trying to figure out, is this what we really want? Because of what we had experienced before. Not sure, like, is it good? Will it be good? This is what I'm used to. This is what I know. Can it be any better than this? And who wants to take that chance?
Right.
You know, that's a risk that you're taking. You're exposing, you know, people up to families and you know, open them up to families, your children, building and all of that. So that is a risk in and of itself. So I just, when I saw that post,
risk you took?
it was definitely a great risk.
was it a good risk you took?
Yeah.
Was it a good risk you took?
Yeah, people don't. A lot of times, people. I was there. You stay in it for all of the wrong reasons. Whether you listening to people, and I was doing all that. Oh man, she gonna divorce you. She gonna take it all. She gonna do this. She gonna do that. And for a long time, I was like, shit, I'm gonna end up with nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to it, but I'm steady just going on with this, and you know, she living there, I'm living here. It was just a mess. And finally, I was like, you know what? Whatever gonna happen. I can't do this anymore. But you know, and I look at even people in my family. The biggest mistake people can make, and I see it all the time, is they get out of something and they jump right into something else, and I that's the biggest mistake you can make, because I think one of the reasons, you know, Cliff and Claire, but you know, we are right, considering what I was going through. But I think what helped out was when I got divorced, I was single for a long time, and it wasn't even, don't get me wrong, I had my little playboy moments, but for a long time I was home alone. I had got into reading and stuff. A lot of times I was just home by myself, and I was like, I remember the months. It was 19 months, and I really got to know me. And going into the next relationship, I already knew what I was and wasn't going to deal with. I already knew it. By the time she came back along, because we used to date years ago when I was married.
I didn't know you.
She didn't know I was married.
That's a whole nother show.
She did, but you know, one thing I always gave her credit for, and I tell her all the time, I respected it, when she did find out that it was a wrap.
Yeah.
You can't even get no more. That's it. Like, no, I ain't with that.
That's right.
Go to your wife. Or
Straighten it out.
You know?
That's right.
But
handle your business.
Years later, you know, she crossed paths again, and I'm telling her, I'm like, no, I got divorced, man. And she done went on the computer and tried to say about I'm in a different place now. I'm not gonna lie to you if I tell you this is what it is, but I mean, you gotta have that time in between. Like, you have to, because it's like, you know, don't nobody want to keep going down the same road. We getting older, not younger. Like, you don't want to.
And what you said too, like, some things we just tolerate. So when Joe and I, we dated. We dated before Tamara was even born. We dated, and then we got back together. And right when we started back kicking it together, we got into an argument, right? So the first thing he wanted, oh gosh, I'm getting hot just thinking about it. We got into an argument, and he said to me, well, at least I come home. I'm like, what? Like, you know what you will not tolerate. So me, I'm like, are you crazy? Like, You want a trophy? You want like a round of applause? That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
I don't know what you've been in before, but that's not what we're doing right here.
Right.
So we came in like somewhat having the mindset of this is what I will and will not tolerate, because I made it known to him. Yes. That's what you're supposed to do. Right. And it was things that he had to make known to me. Like, I don't know what you was doing before, but how you talking to me now is not happening. How you acting. And so there are some times when we get like this, because we got to remind each other that. But
Stuff that was normal then. It's not, it ain't normal now. And you're right, because all the way down to, you know, a lot of times as men, I used to do it in the beginning, but not now. You look for credit for stuff that you're supposed to be doing.
You're supposed to do. You're supposed to do.
It's true. Like, you know,
here it is. I'm gonna keep it 100. You ready?
Right.
And I want you to pray for me, all right? At one time, I thought I was the shit.
Right.
I did a lot of wicked shit.
Right.
I took my girlfriend at the time through a whole bunch that she had no business going through. Now, she left me. It killed me. Nose wide open. But she left me. Years later, this is how I live today. Whatever happened was meant to happen. Mm-hmm. We said we loved each other. If we loved each other, love will come back. I'm way in, where was I at? Kansas? Missouri? When me and you started. Way in Missouri. Talking. And at one time, she's a strong. When she had her foot down, she stayed down. She ain't gonna deal with me no more. She ain't gonna deal with me. I had to back up, and I don't do that. But this is what I want.
Right.
So once we got back together, a lot of things that she said she wasn't gonna tolerate,
Right.
I wasn't gonna tolerate either.
Right.
But we still bumped. And I looked at, it was meant for us to bump. This is why where we at right now today, as strong as we are.
Right.
So, my main thing, that was the main thing why I wanted this couples thing. Because we're so far apart in ages that the way she thinks, she's a go-getter.
Right.
She wrote about it, you know what I mean? That's her thing.
Right.
I done been there, did that.
Right.
So I'm more laid back now.
Right.
So what I do, I can come home and say, at least I come home. It had to, not her, it had to take my daughter to say, Dad, stupid, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Because any other time, listen, I come when I come and
that's it.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I was so focused on, well, Tammy, at least I come home, you don't have to worry about me over another broad house. You know where I'm at.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or, like, this is another thing, and I love it. We live on the south end. I'm from the north end. I have a street that I go to every day that I enjoy myself. Oakland Terrace.
Right.
She can come there and see me. At least she know I'm there. He ain't at no broad house.
Right.
He ain't somewhere I don't know where he at.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what. So if I'm either at my job, Oakland Terrace, or home.
Right.
3 places.
Right.
If I'm not at neither one of them, then she stop. Oh, where the fuck is? Excuse me. Where's she at?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
See, I'm a basic person.
Right.
Been there, did that.
Right.
So if this is what I'm supposed to do, I'm doing it.
Right.
But see, I've been in the streets all my life.
Right.
All my life.
Right.
So this change is a good change. So this is why I say, not on the finance, I'm living my best life.
Right.
I'm saying on, I don't have to worry about the police.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about a person trying to rob me.
Right.
I don't have to worry about my woman who is this
Yeah.
that keep calling your,
Right. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't go through that anymore.
Right.
I can leave. You on my phone?
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? At first, when I came back to Connecticut, I was like, you don't have to, I don't check your phone, you don't got to check my phone. But it was a problem because of my past. And I want her to be as comfortable. When she go to work, I don't want her to be doing her thing and saying, where's my fucking husband?
Yeah.
That type of shit.
Right.
So this is where I'm at.
Right.
So I just try to keep it as cool as possible,
Right.
laid back, me work, and so what I supposed to do, I supposed to do. But I didn't think, I thought that was a big thing.
Yeah.
Because it was a change for me.
Yeah.
He thought he was doing you a favor.
Right? That's what he
He was
said.
doing you a
He was like,
favor.
look, you could have seen my head spin around like Cherry.
She's like,
Like, like what? Did you just hear what you
Yeah.
said? Like,
I
we
know
taking
you
it back.
gave him the
Yes.
It all goes back to how you used to live and what I used to put up with, and I ain't dealing with that.
Right.
Oh, you come home every night. Okay, you're supposed to come home every day.
Right.
You're supposed to do X, Y, and Z, but the difference now as opposed to then is you're not looking for credit for it. You're manning up because this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yep.
You're manning up. It becomes a pattern. It's second nature. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like,
Right.
I think this is going to be beneficial for a lot of couples that are about to get married because, like I said, it's very sad when the new generation of people get married. I like what Brother Joe was saying.
Speak up just a little bit.
They don't understand that when you're a married man, there are certain things you just should not do. Out of respect for yourself, putting yourself in a very vulnerable position where if something not only happens to you, it can hurt you, it can hurt the family. It can take you away from that family. And you must be. My wife will tell you, I don't take risks. I mean, if I'm dealing with somebody, I do a lot of business, and my wife will tell you. Called me the other day, and everybody knew I love money, and she thought she was pushing my button. She said, "Well, I got something. You can make some money." And I was pretty much like, "Look," told my wife. I said, "You handle that because see, I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm rendezvousing with you, and now you got something to hold over on me. You know what I mean? And everybody know I love money for my family and stuff like that. But I want her to be able to say, look, if this person comes to step to her or whatever, and say, yeah, blah blah, she'd be able to say, I already know.
Yeah.
And then also too on the spiritual side, by my husband being a pastor, I'm being the first lady. Even as being, I don't care what status, well, I'm just talking on that status. I do believe that even with counseling, when you're doing counseling, if you are a married man and the pastor, I do believe that both parties should counsel the parties. I don't think that and this has happened before, that people came to my husband as far as for counseling and stuff like that, and he is a married man. So, I mean, we are married to each other, and, you come into, even though, he's the pastor, but at the same time, I'm his wife.
Right.
So you come into counseling because you're about to get married. No, I mean, you're not a pastor or a pastor's wife, but at the same time, these are two people that's about to get married, just like we are. So I do feel that, okay, if there's going to be some counseling, it should be with both of us, and that's just how I feel as far as being married couples. Why should my husband sit there and be taught? You can't. My husband can't tell you nothing on a female part of being married. So why should only my husband be there, even if I don't even say anything, but I feel that, as being his wife, that I should be there. And I think that should goes for all pastors, because that can open up worms. And I'm sure that y'all done heard of pastors getting caught up.
Yeah.
You know, so we just want to nip that in the bud before anything prevention.
Where do you pastor at? What church?
Greater Joy Mission Church.
Where is that?
In downtown Hartford, 49 Charlotte Avenue.
Is
Yeah.
it like down towards the fire station down that way?
No, you know where City Hall is?
Yeah, I know it's
I'm right around the corner from City Hall.
Right across the street from Patunsis
Right,
School.
Ramon
Charlotte
Oh, so y'all one of them little side streets over there somewhere?
Right.
I'm on Charlotte Avenue.
Right down the street from the
Charlotte Avenue is that long street that
Right
goes.
across the street from the Polish home.
Okay, yeah.
Brick church.
Okay, so y'all on that street right there?
Yeah.
I thought it was a Polish.
I'm right across the street. Right
Yeah,
across the
in the
street.
wrong in the
Charlotte Avenue is that street that goes down the hill,
Right,
right?
right.
Okay.
Just like what Sister Tammy did today, and I like that. Like with my wife, she has access to my phone, my emails. I have no problem with saying, "Hey, go on my email, open this up," because secrets can destroy a marriage, man. Because the first time somebody catches you short, man, it's like the back of your mind, like, wow, you going to see me like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a trust thing too.
Right.
I mean, and that was big for us. In the
Yeah.
beginning, that was huge. That was almost a deal breaker. The trust thing. So that's why now with the phone thing, like you can look at mine, I can look at yours, and we know and on the same page. Because
That's one of the first tests I do when I do consultation with. It's funny.
And some people don't pass it.
Listen,
They don't come back.
97% of the people fail this test. I have people say, "Yep." I'm like, "Y'all ready to get married?" Yep.
Yeah.
You ready? You sure you ready to get married? Okay, all right. And I say to the female first, "Can you give him your phone right now, and he can hold your phone for 24 hours?" So the female used to go like this. I said, "All right," to the guy, "Can you give her your phone?" Guy be like,
Wow.
and they might get married.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "What's the problem?" And she'd be like, "What's the problem?" "No, you can't have my phone." I'm like, "Wow, you going into a marriage?"
No, that's not right.
It's
No,
not.
it's not right. All of that come with growing up. Like,
And it's
And
not.
see, you know what? At first, I thought that, but this is my old thinking.
Right.
This is my business. I don't care. I'm not doing anything, but this is still my business. But if it's gonna cause problems,
Right.
and I'm not. What I want to say is, how I want to say it. Problem. I don't
you don't like problems.
I don't like problems. So to avoid her not running her mouth at me about my phone or anything that's negative, it's all positive.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It just keeps it, because I'm like a walking time bomb.
Right.
And I'm so
Is it okay
humble.
to go anywhere without your wedding?
Right. And I really have a problem with that. I do. Yeah, I have a problem with that. I hear people say, well, I don't wear my ring because I feel that, she know we married and and all of that. And I have a problem with that because you know what? When we got married, if that's the case, why did y'all go through the ceremony with exchanging rings and all of that? So my thing is, and what people don't realize, and I feel that some people don't take marriages serious because marriage is sacred. When you up there, people don't be listening to what they be saying.
Yeah.
They don't be listening to what they be saying. You be making vows, not only to each other, but you be making vows to God. Marriage is really sacred. And a lot of people do it, for different reasons. For show, and just to say that they married, but
they're not taking it serious.
real serious.
See it all
So,
the time.
yeah, so I do think that, and I do believe that these rings does mean something.
Absolutely.
They mean something. Because when we got married, we exchanged the rings, the pastor blessed the rings, and yeah, it means something. So I don't like when I see men, walking around without their wedding. They talking about they married. You married, but you not walking around. Usually when we have these rings on our fingers, you have some people that wear rings and they're not married, just to kind of like But my thing is, this means something.
Yeah.
This means something.
Yeah, the ring part to me was big.
It means something.
It's big because even me when I went into surgery and they tell you you got to take out your ring, I looked at her like she was crazy.
And you feel,
Like he
you
didn't
feel
want to.
funny,
I looked at her like I
right?
didn't want to. I know when I gave it to her, I think it was on my finger before I even came out of recovery. Like I came out of recovery, it was already on my finger.
Yeah, he was still asleep, and I was probably listening to others, putting that ring right back on.
Yeah, it's like a messed up feeling when you take it off. Like I don't even feel right.
I don't want to seem rough on females. I really don't. But I think a lot of them, especially from what I see and some of the stuff that come out of their mouth, they just infatuated with their title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a husband.
Yes.
I'm somebody's wife. Because, like, you're not acting like a wife. You're not carrying yourself like one. Because even like, especially now with the whole social media thing, I mean, you know, the stuff that you read, see, hear, like, my wife should only be trying to impress me.
Right.
She shouldn't be trying to be all in no group, cheesing and her cleavage out and let me be riding down the highway and she on some page with her cleavage out because they said, oh, post your best picture or whatever. Like, man, I'm getting off the next exit. I'm getting back on the highway, heading back up this way, and ask her, have you lost your mind? And it's like, but as a wife, that's something that you should already know.
Exactly.
You got a husband. Why is you trying to look all and parade all like? Again, I just think a lot of them, they just in it for the title.
I think, to piggyback on what he's saying, it's sad to say it, but it starts with the mother. I mean, it's all in how a mother grooms her daughter. If a mother grooms the daughter, okay, no man will stay with you, don't put no faith in him. That's what she's taught. That's what's going to be programmed.
Yeah.
But if she's taught to, as the Bible says, honor her husband, then you'll have better results. And also, be flexible enough to learn. You know, because even as a husband, I don't know everything. I got to learn what works to make my wife happy. You know, what upsets her, and stay away from the things that upset her, and do the best I can to make her happy, whatever that is. And I have told her, I don't know how to make you happy. I do the best I can.
Well, and also too, we just hope that, you know, that something that each of us have said that would help your relationship or help your marriage. This is real life stuff, real life topics that we're talking about that a lot of people don't really talk about. And even, you know, for us as being pastors and co-pastors, a lot of this should go on in the churches because there's a lot of marriages that's jacked up because it's the truth. It's jacked up, you know, because they want to act like everything is okay. No, everything is not okay, and it's okay to get some help and let folk know that no, my marriage is on the rocks.
So
my marriage is shame the devil. My marriage is sinking. So that's one thing about me and Pastor. We're very transparent people, and we just keep it real and keep it hood. Peace.
So again, Tamara Mitchell-Davis, thanks for joining us on Couples Corner. Stay tuned. So if there's any women, wives who are interested in writing and publishing books, you can hit me up, the CEO wife. Also, we have the Couples Corner cruise coming up March 1st to March 7th. March 1st to March 7th, 2020. Couples Corner is going cruising. We are sailing from Miami to Jamaica to Grand Cayman Islands to Cozumel, Mexico, back to Miami for fun in the sun, adventures, learning in love. We'll have Pastor Timothy Brantley with us, who is Strong Marriages. So we hope you can join us. So if you need any information, you can hit me up because my husband is not on Facebook. So thank you for joining us, and
we want more couples to join us.
Yes.
That's it. Just more couples to join us.
Any couples interested?
Enjoy yourself.
Yep. Have a good night.
Good night.